Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to our Tekkit Legends Let's Play Adventure Extravaganza of awesomeness and fun times to be had here in the wonderful world of Tekkit Legends X25 25 Challenge Episode 73 on the 3rd, possibly, of November? I feel like that's accurate. Oh my gosh, look at this. I might have, and look, I can either confirm or deny that this is true. Since the last episode, might have gotten up and gone to the restroom, might have forgotten that this was running, might have made a massive mess. Who can say? Who can actually say? I don't know. I have no idea. I had pretty strict rules about that in the beginning of the series. It's like, I can't just leave it running. You know, that's against the rules. That would violate the rules of the 25 challenge. But these episodes are like 16 minutes apiece now instead of 25 because life's gotten pretty hairy, you know? I don't think we ever talked about... I know in the original run, I consider the first 25 episodes to be the original run. Buttercup, you know this. And then 25 to 50... maybe 25 to 70 was part 2, I would wager. And I know that... Or I guess 26 to part 2. And I know that in episodes, you know, like 1 to 25... We need to do something about these horses. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that we've actually just left them in here this whole time. We got to build a place for them. But we got a lot of stuff we need to move over to. So let me stay focused on one task at a time here. In episodes episode 1 to episode 25, we talked a lot. Oh, this is full again. Fantastic. That means stuff is being spewed out on the ground out there. Because I wasn't paying any attention. I was getting all distracted. I was trying to figure out what we were going to talk about this episode. I hadn't considered. Because I was like, I think we're still just moving stuff around. How am I supposed to fill the void? I'll tell you how. In episodes 1 to 25, we discussed a lot how the original Tekkit Legends was sort of a bit stressful for me and caused me to have a bit of a minor breakdown. And I think we need to talk about what happened recently with the second run of Tekkit Legends and, you know, the 25 series and how that sort of impacted me, because there is a bit of a story there. I think a lot of folks realize that there was a period of time in which I wasn't making videos, kind of starting in the early September and going on through to the end, to like October, basically. I just wasn't producing content on my old regular schedule. And I was very sort of cagey about why that was. I don't think I ever really went into detail. What kind of machine is this? Railcraft. All right, it'll be fine. I can just break it. No problems there. I made an episode kind of semi-explaining things for the patrons, but I didn't go into like full detail on it. And maybe the time has come for that. Maybe it's time that we discuss those things. I think I'll be fine. There we go. Yeah, we'll just pull that out later. We don't need to pipe it through the system. So, when I launched Tekkit Legends, it was like Tekkit Legends 25. We were on the summer high, so every year, you know, my channel goes through sort of swings and roundabouts with view counts and everything, and monthly views. I don't really look at video views. I think a lot of people who judge whether or not a YouTube channel is doing well will do it based on, how many views does their new videos get? Which is sort of like a terrible way of doing it, because if I released a video this month, only one video, and that's the only video that got views, and that video got 100,000 views, a lot of people would say, it's really successful, the channel did really well, or Reese did really well. But in reality, my channel usually gets about 100,000 views every single month, and has for a while. It goes up and down. Sometimes it's closer to 250. Sometimes it's down to like 60,000, but usually on average 100,000 views a month. And if you look at just like the newest videos, you'd never see that. You'd be like, well, what? No, that doesn't make any sense, Reese. I'm looking at your channel right now. Your last video got like 10 views. What are you going on about? And the thing you have to keep in mind is I have like 3,000 videos. And it's not just the new ones getting viewed. Like a lot of the old ones still get a ton of views. Some in particular do get more than others. Let's get some bone meal, and we can break this back down into like a regular chest, and we can condense it as well instead of trying to store it. There we go. Should have, now that's just like the base regular chest. It should have an EMC value. Let's see here. Yeah. So, going into the summer, usually there's 2 periods of time where the video views will swell, and that's summer, because, a lot of younger people, and I do have quite a few younger viewers, they'll be out of school for the summer, and so views kind of spring up around that time. And then around Christmas, sort of like Christmas break period, views will kind of swing up again. And I do try to usually capitalize on that in some way. Usually not, as well as I would hope. Like sometimes something will come up and I can't get the amount of videos out or the particular series that I wanted to do. It just doesn't work out. But for the most part, dang it, I forgot how to even do this. Do you have to do it in like a grid, maybe? What do you have to do? Maybe we have to do like all three. Shrek me, how do you do this? Oh, no, I remember. You right click. That's what you do. There we go. So we were on the summer high when I started doing the Tekkit Legends 25-25-25 challenge. And the videos did pretty all right. If you go back, I think the first one's got like 3,000 views and whatever. But there's a peculiar thing with YouTube, and it's something that I still don't fully understand. I don't fully grasp how all of this works. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and build some stables. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to build them. Not right there. Maybe like right over here to the side? Let's figure out where we're going to build the stables before we continue this story. If you're riding into town, and you're going to take your horse to the Old Town Road, you might want to stop, somewhere near the entrance to town, because I don't think you can take your horses through here. So you might want to have the stable be kind of over here. You can kind of trot up to town, and then, come over here and drop off your horse and then head in. So I say we do that. And then I don't know, what is this? This is just the concrete, isn't it? Carpenter's block. What? Oh, it's a carpenter's block with concrete. Okay. I follow. Is that what we ended up doing here? I think we did something similar, but like only every few was a carpenter's block. Yeah, that's more sensible. I didn't build this road. I also didn't do the flowers, so maybe Mayor Dave did that. Maybe Mayor Dave's going to step in and sort of take care of this. We'll go ahead and get started on the project, though. Clear kind of some of this space out, and we'll kind of see what happens. But as I was saying, I actually can't remember what I was saying. I was talking about YouTube views. And, oh yeah, there's this peculiar thing with the algorithm where if you don't release views for a while, or new videos for a while, even if your new videos aren't doing that well, or they don't get that many views sort of on release day, even so, if you release new videos, all of your old videos will stay in the algorithm, and they'll continue to get fed to people, which is why, I launched Grand Theft Auto first time online, and it got like 80 views on day one, and then just nothing. But over the years, it has slowly accumulated 500,000 views. And it's always funny when someone finds that video and they're like, oh, you used to be real popular. What happened to your channel? Literally nothing happened to my channel. Nothing at all. That video is, it's what, 4 or 5 years old now? And it's had all of that time. It didn't get all those views on release day. I think that's the confusion a lot of people have. They'll go back to, like Tekkit Legends or something, and they'll say, oh, this has like 300,000 views, 200,000 views. What happened to your channel? Absolutely nothing. If you're operating under the delusion that got that many views on day one, you're absolutely crazy. It's been out for 4 years. It's been out for 5 years. It's had time to accumulate views, and that is why the view count is so high. And I say that to say, I continue to release new videos. Those old videos stay in the algorithms. They continue to get views. And that's why even if, I get a combined on all 30 videos I release in a month, all 30 of those videos will get maybe a combined 5,000 views. The channel still gets, like 80, 90, 100,000 views because all those old videos are getting viewed. But as soon as you stop putting out new videos, for some reason, your older videos also stopped being served, and views across your entire channel will drop. And it's sort of always been that way. And that's why I do try to keep up the daily uploads, is because if you keep up the daily uploads, even if the new videos aren't getting as many views, all the old ones will continue to get views. And then sometimes, I never know when I upload a new video. I never know what's going to happen to that video in the course of its life, because you never know when a video is just going to end up being the next, like Sky Factory 3. My original Sky Factory 3 video that I released, sort of a tutorial, it was probably the best opening day for any video I've ever made. It got 800 views on opening day, and then of course dropped after that. And I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't keeping track of it. A few years passed. I happened to be going through my top 10 videos, and it was just number 10. And I was like, how does this happen? How does this work? Who determines these things? I've got no idea how these things happen. It's just suddenly it's here. And it's huge, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Fair enough. This is big now. But whatever. I don't know how to replicate it. I don't know how to do it again, just for some reason. And every video I upload, oh right, there's a giant pit under here. Every video I upload, I know, kind of going into it, is like, all right, this is going to get 50 views in its lifetime. It's going to get 100 views in its lifetime. Or one day I'm going to check it, and it's going to have 500,000 views in its lifetime. I'm looking at you, just, first time online GTA 5. Just, you never know with YouTube where it's going to go. But I've spent a lot. I'm trying to do a lot of setup here. I'm trying to get you into understanding sort of how YouTube works. Because I think a lot of people just don't understand. So I'm trying to get you into the headspace so you get the idea. This is 3 wide, and the roads we're doing are 2 wide. Not 2 wide as in, oh my gosh, look how wide they are. You know what I mean. They're like 2 blocks wide. There we go. I'm just doing the outline here for this place. It'll all start to make sense eventually once I figure out what it is I'm doing. So I'm not really sure how YouTube works. It's a bit of a mystery anytime I upload anything, kind of how it's going to go. Who's going to see it, when people are going to see it, whether or not it's going to be big or not. And part of me kind of likes that. I kind of like the mystery. I kind of like anytime I release a video, I'm like, well, this is either going to be okay or it's going to be incredible. We'll find out. And Tekkit Legends, the 25-25-25 series, I assumed would do pretty well. I was like, it's a Minecraft series. It'll do pretty well. What I did not anticipate was that it would do as well as it did, and I mean, it is. Here's the thing. 3,000 views in the first episode, not that many. Across the series, quite a few views. What surprised me, and what continues to surprise me, is what it did for the back catalog. So releasing 25 videos in the span of a day, for some reason, and I don't understand how YouTube works, but it accelerated the back catalog in such a way that in the 4-week period, the 28-day period, immediately following the release of Tekkit Legends 25-25-25, so the end of, I guess that was July and in the beginning of August, into that period, it became, how do I even explain this? During those 4 weeks, I got more views in a 4-week period than I think I ever have on the channel. And if you go back, it's not all in the Tekkit Legends videos. They got quite a few views, but not that many. Something about releasing that series boosted the back catalog. So all of my old videos, even some real weird ones, like the Sky Fact, or what was it? I did it live. The Skyrim series that I did live on Switch. For some reason, that got like boosted crazy, and a bunch of other things just from releasing that. The Tekkit Legends videos all in one day. It's just huge growth in the channel. And so throughout the end of July and the beginning of August, the channel that I think, many people click on and like, oh, sad, dead channel. No, it was more alive than it's ever been. It was beating out the original Tekkit Legends series, Tekkit Main. Like, if you go back and you look at the analytics, a huge spike. And I think that there were days in the original Tekkit Legend run where the video views I was getting per day across the entire channel were higher, but the baseline remained a lot, right? So there was big spikes and then big drops back in that old series, but the baseline during this period was higher than it's ever been before, and it was maintained for that whole 4-week period. And the thing is, it was week over week getting bigger and bigger. So even after the videos were released, I was continuing to do an episode of Tekkit Legends every day. Even after that period, the video views on the channel, like daily views, continued to accelerate, and weekend over weekend was like a new high. And I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, well, maybe I finally done it. Maybe I finally achieved my dream of making something sustainable that I can possibly do, if not full-time, at least part-time. I've talked about it before. I would like to get to a point in the YouTubes where I can start to take time off from my full-time job and go part-time at my full-time job, and then focus more on streaming and recording and things like that, and doing a lot of the side projects that I haven't really gotten around to doing to the full extent that I would like to. So I've got that in my mind, right? And I'm pretty happy, pretty excited, and that sort of was what sparked the downfall and the dark period, by which I mean, and look, we're getting close to the end of this episode, so I don't want to get fully into it. But what I will say is, I normally keep a pretty level head, and I've always kept a pretty level head about YouTube. Ah, I even knew. I looked down and I saw the countdown, and it still freaked me out. I'm on edge these days, folks. I'm a little bit on edge. What are we using over here as a fence? Is this netherrack? What is this? I don't even know what this is. I like the look of it. It is netherrack. Why did I use nether brick fencing? Why did I do that? Isn't there a carpenter's fence? Am I wrong on that? Carpenter's... There is. Yeah, carpenter's barrier. Why aren't we using that? Do we ever make any of that? Oh yeah, we did. Okay, we'll use that. And we might as well use carpenter's blocks as well to build this entire facility. Why not? Build it all out of carpenter's... Actually, you know what? I think that carpenter's blocks tend to get a little bit laggy. So maybe we'll just use regular fences and we'll just use regular wood, and we won't overuse the carpenter's blocks. Let's not get crazy with it. So we use regular fencing, and then as for the wood, let's pick a color that will sort of offset this regular fence color. So how about something like acacia? Looks horrible. You know what? I like birch, but I also like the dark oak. And I think that that's a pretty good contrast. And then let's also get some logs. Or some, I guess, wooden logs. Dark oak wood. What looks good alongside the dark oak? With the birch and the dark. I kind of like the light and the dark together there. I kind of like that dynamic. All right, we'll resume this next episode. Thank you folks for watching. You know, we'll get into some sad stuff next time. Bye!